What is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another episode of Dueling Aces. How's it going, Mike?
Man, happy Tuesday indeed. Wade, good to be back on with you, my man. I survived the casino rush, didn't lose too much,
Yeah.
lost a little bit playing blackjack, but it still arrived back home in one piece. All is well. Good to be back in the normal world of MLB betting here on the show. And yeah, fired up to get some winners here, man. I think we went 2-2 on Friday, so we need to get right. Need to find the hot button again here. Anybody's got a red hot button to send Wade and I send it to us. We're gonna get it back turned around. I think we're still well over 65% on the show this year, something like that. We're ready, baby. Already ready. Let's go.
Yeah, yep. Show for me and you on the show is 55 and 30, 65%. Overall, the show is 67 and 40. I did a solo show on Saturday. Unfortunately, we went 1-2. Soriano killed us going 6 2/3 against the
Oh,
Astros. Had 10
oh.
strikeouts on them, and that was his second time going over 18 outs in the last 2 years. So bummer with that, especially how hot Houston's been swinging the bats lately, especially since I think the beginning of May. They're probably one of the best teams in baseball. So yeah, that was a burn there. I really felt good about Saturday's slate, but that's all right. We will profit tonight. I feel like we've got a pretty nice slate of picks. We've been talking about picks all morning. Been back and forth, trying to get convinced on a couple of them. I think we're there, so I think we're ready to rock and roll. So yeah, what's your favorite pick for the day today?
Yeah, favorite one. Let's stay with these game totals, baby. I'm gonna go Rays rolls under 9. Got that minus 118 FanDuel. Yesterday at the Open, actually. That's a shameless plug there for Betters Insider. Jump on that. We posted it early. I think really early this morning. It's still available. It's 8.5, pretty much everywhere now. You can buy it on a few books for up to I think minus 135, minus 140. That's fine. I get it. The Rays are hotter than a $2 pistol right now at the plate, but our boy Chris Bubik, I think he can hold them down for 4 or 5 innings here. One of the best lefties this year, at least in the AL is concerned. ERA just 2.12 this season on Bubik. Very good K rate, 25.7%. Gets plenty of extension on all his pitches too. We talk about extension, where the guy releases the ball out with long arms, 80th percentile in extension. So I think he can keep Tampa Bay's bat somewhat quiet through the first half of this game. Then on the flip side, Todd Bradley's kind of been disappointing this season. Doesn't have the K stuff like he did last year, but I think he still has a decent amount of upside, especially against this Kansas City team, Big Wade. This Royals offense stinks, man. You pull them up on the air, even at home, averaging just 2.89 runs per game. Holy smoke, that is terrible. You put both these two teams together, Tampa on the road, they average 5 runs a game. That's 7.89 runs expected there. I actually adjusted that down to about 6.5 just because I like Bubik and Bradley, a decent amount. They're not elite guys, but I think they're, pretty solid. And you go tons of trends to consider in this game, too. I'm not a huge trends guy, but I do like looking at them every once in a while. The under in Royals games this season is 46 and 30. My goodness, that's a good winning percentage there. Royals home games, the under is 23 and 15. Another solid trend there. What else for you? I think that's pretty much it. Don't really love the Royals bullpen, but I love the Rays bullpen quite a bit. So even if Bradley doesn't have his best stuff, Rays rank fifth in bullpen K minus BB rate. So a lot to like about this under. I really thought it would be priced around 8. The fact we're getting 9 really wouldn't have been surprised if it was 7.5, just because Kansas City is a pitcher's ballpark. And you got a pitcher's ballpark with a terrible offense like the Royals. 2.89 runs per game at home. I can't get that number out of my head, Big Wade. That's the main reason I play the under. What do you think? Any thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good look. Definitely at 9. My model would have liked this at the under. Projects right around 8.96 runs today, so it likes it at 9 or less. You were able to grab it at 9, so that was a good snipe by you. So I think for most people, I would definitely pay for that extra point and just get it up to 9 today. Yeah, Kansas City right now, home runs per game, 2.89. Um, Tampa's offense is the one that I guess obviously you already talked about. We worry about their away runs per game is 5, but I think Bubik is can create enough problems for them to at least hold them down to like 2 or 3 runs, and then I think they could have some success there. The bullpen's decent enough pick them in and keep them from not giving up too much damage late in the game. So yeah, I think 9 is a pretty good look there.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I like these unders. Done pretty well with them so far. Just feel
Yeah.
like sticking with them. You got a favorite play on the board for the people today? Big way. I know you do.
Yeah, I think I do. I am still working through the slate. Probably going to give out maybe another play or two. We'll see. There's all sorts of guys I like today. Strikeout guys we haven't gotten to, but man, everybody's just so juicy today. Everybody's got to, especially if you want to alt them, you've really got to take a chance and take a line you may not want to take. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about some of that stuff. Um, First play I took tonight, just give that one out. Luis Severino for the Sacramento Athletics to go under 2.5 earned runs. Why I like this play? He is 100% on the road this season with a .93 ERA on the road. He has a very pretty solid BVP versus this lineup, and he has pitched very well versus the Tigers in his career, cashing three straight, allowing 0, 0, and 1 runs his last three. And on the road at Detroit, he has allowed 0, 1, 1, and 1 in his last four starts. Tigers right now have the eighth worst average and the fifth worst on base percentage versus right handed pitchers the last 30 days. And they're really not much better the last 14, right around middle of the league. He has not given up even 2 runs on the road in his 6 starts this season, and he has seen teams at Seattle, at Milwaukee, at Texas, at San Francisco, at Houston, at Kansas City. I wouldn't say any of those offenses are barn burners, but most of those offenses have pretty legit hitters. They're all pretty solid teams. Most of them are playoff bound teams. Um, he's been pretty well on the road, man. It's hard to go away from this line. His line was also minus 103 this morning, so just couldn't pass up almost plus money on something that's he's just owned this Tigers franchise, and he's just got the stuff right now. So overall, if you look at his games at home, he gives up a lot of runs, but that ballpark does not serve him very well in Sacramento. So I think once he gets on the road, he just feasts on these teams. So I think this is a really good look.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth here. You got to use context with a guy like Severino. I think he's still a really solid pitcher, but we can't really fault him for playing that freaking AAA ballpark, that cracker box where the ball
Yeah,
just flies out of there in Sacramento. So really, he's gotten lit up in some of his home starts, but really we can't hold it against him because it's I mean heck, and it's been against teams like the Yankees who light up everybody.
yeah.
Teams like the Twins, Padres, Seattle even. But heck, Seattle, when he got him at home, he didn't even allow an earned run through 6 innings. So I really like the fact that you look at home and away. I like the fact that you really look at head-to-head matchups. We talked about it all fair. There's something mental about going to a ballpark. We've had previous success, and Severino has loved pitching at Comerica there in Detroit. So he just that he gets on the mound, he's warming up, he looks around, he just gets those good vibes from those past good performances against the Tigers. Yeah, I think he should be sitting pretty on this one. Even overall this year, Severino still cashed this line nine. He's 9-7 cashing this line this year. That's even with pitching that cracker box there in Sacramento. So like it quite a bit. Under 2.5 at almost plus money. Yeah, seems like a steal to me. I think Severino's still pretty underrated, actually. Still only 31 years old, which isn't old. He's coming off a really good season last year. He went 11-7 with 3.91 ERA. Um, he's missing a lot of barrels this season. I love that about him. He's 92nd percentile in barrel rate. That is insanely good. Still throws hard. It's 96, 97 with relative ease. Has a pretty good sweeper and a sinker. So yeah, I'll look for him to spot his fastball quite well tonight in Detroit. Good find there, man, at a great price. Yeah, I would like that. Probably minus 130. In fact, you got it minus 130.
Yeah, we'll see. I saw a statistic the other day that I think it might have been over the last month or the last 2 months that the athletics stadium has, I guess, added right around like 2 runs per game to the
Yeah.
total, just based on environmental factors. So yeah, it's just tough place to play. So when he gets on the road, he likes to take advantage of that. So yeah, let's lock that in for my first play of the day. And what is your second play of the day, man?
It's It's a sweaty one, Wade. I know. I tell you what, you gotta be a man to take these under 3.5K props. We did catch one last time at Mitchell Park at plus 120, which is nice. Totally let us down for the pods, but still. Getting another good price here on Logan Allen under 3.5Ks. I think you can get it plus 100 right now at BetMGM. Last I saw, I actually paid minus 104, so you can get a little bit better price than yours truly on this one. Let's break it down. It's the ideal matchup. See, we have a pitch to contact starter facing a team with the highest contact rate in baseball. Yep, I'll bite on the under. Not going to outsmart myself, even at the scary 3.5 number. Allen did get 4 on Toronto back on May 2nd. I just don't see it happening again tonight. These guys put it in play really, really high rate, especially Vladdy Jr., those kind of guys. They're, constantly, even if he swings at balls outside the zone, he puts it in play. It's insane. Let's see what else about him here. To say Allen doesn't have strikeout stuff would be a gross understatement. K rate ranks just 15th percentile. Chase rate's even worse, just 13th percentile. Means he just doesn't have a put away breaking pitch here. He's not going to be able to get these guys off balance. Blue Jays hitters, 5 of them have K rates below 16%. So they don't strike out a lot, even against lefties. I think they second lowest K rate against Southpaws this season. Last 2 weeks, also second lowest K rate. It's scary, but I'm going to die on this hill, Wade. I think there's value in unders, and I've made the bulk of my profits over these last 2 decades taking unders. So I'm sticking with it, even at a scary number.
I don't blame you at all. I'm kind of just peeking around here on the model to see what it thinks today. So I know it sees Logan Allen's case per game overall is 3.57, and at home he's 3.67.
Yep, yep.
Blue Jays K, the second to the least this season to left-handed pitchers, and then I think probably my favorite part that I liked about this is that my model projects Logan Allen to have 2.34 total strikeouts today. So
Hey, very
I believe that
nice.
falls right in line with
2.34.
what we were talking about off air. That he's probably going to land somewhere between 2 and 3 today. If we're like, it's either he's going to land on 2 or 3, or he's going to get 6 and just blow us out of the water.
That
So
would be bad. I'd be going to bed early then at that point, I
yeah,
guess.
there's no in between today. He got 4 on him the first game.
Yeah,
He could
yeah.
technically get 4 on him again, but I almost bet you he's going to either go over 4 today or he's going to sit at that 2 or 3 line. I would bet 90% of the time he's going to land on that 2 or 3% against this lineup. So
All
I like
right.
that a
Well,
lot.
brother, you got another. You gonna go straight on your last one? Or you gonna go parlay? What are you looking at?
Nah, right now I've only got 4 plays. I'm just gonna have to go back. We're gonna keep riding this 2 leg parlay until maybe we loses one more. But I think this is the day. Although we'll see. I keep going back and forth. We had this talk off air, but I give a 2 leg of Tariq Skubal 6 strikeouts with Carlos Rodon to get 6 strikeouts. I'm not worried about Skubal today. I believe he's a good candidate to get 8 today. Last season, he never went a stretch of more than 2 games, and there was only one instance where he went back-to-back games where he only had 6 strikeouts. So last year he hit 7 regularly, and he's hit 6 in 3 straight games now. So I definitely believe he is due for a possibly monster game. He also might just land on 7 either way. He's definitely going to get 6 today, so I think this is a pretty safe play for him. Not really sure what else I really need to say about Scooball. He's cashed 6 strikeouts in 44 of his last 49 overall games, and Athletics are striking out bottom 10 to left-handed pitchers the last 14 in the last 30 days. Um, Rodon's a tricky one for me. I was kind of convinced. Let's just do Rodon at 6, because if you put Rodon at 5, he was good odds, but Rodon 5 with really anybody else we like today is gonna put you in like minus 175, minus 200 territory for a parlay. Everybody's just really juicy today that we like. Everybody's got some pretty solid matchups, and I guess when you dig into the data of the Reds, they face a ton of left-handed pitchers this season, but they're all really low-tier left-handed pitchers. The only two really top-tier K guys that they did face this year, they allowed 10 to Chris Sale and they allowed 9 to Mackenzie Gore.
Yep.
Rodon kind of does fall in that line. He had 8 strikeouts against this lineup last year. It's also kind of a little different lineup this time around. He really doesn't have a great BVP. He's only really got, I think, 5 of the 7 guys he doesn't have any strikeouts against. But it's also, like you said, a really low really low total there as far as all these guys have only seen him like 2 or 3 at bats. So it's really hard to I just don't know. I don't know how much stock you can put in Rodon to get, in this batters versus
Yeah.
pitcher matchup. I
Well,
don't think you can look at it like that. And then when
yeah.
you dig into the fact that they just haven't faced a lot of top tier guys, they just haven't seen the stuff that Rodon can bring. And what I really like about him the most, I guess, is 6 of his 7 starts on the road this season. He has at least 7 strikeouts. So we're doing a 6-6 parlay here for minus 125 over on Fanatics. I think you can do 7-7 with these guys. I think that would be fine. That would put it into plus territory.
Yeah.
I also think you could do Screwball 7, Rodon 7, like Crochet 7, get even nice
Yep.
plus money going on there. I think there's
Mhm.
some stuff you can toy around with Screwball, Rodon, and Crochet today, but I think these two parlayed together. I do think Rodon 5 is super safe because he's hit that like every single game except one this season.
Sure.
Um, but the ones he lands on 5 have been at home against teams like the Diamondbacks and stuff. And I think 6 is safe enough. I think he can get to 6 or more today. So lock in that 2 leg parlay of Tariq Skubal 6 strikeouts and Carlos Rodon 6 strikeouts, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I like both those plays. I played that as well over at Fanatics early this morning, six, just like you did. Scoobles, it's getting pricey. You and I talked off air. It's kind of discouraging where they're setting him at, but he's just so good. You hate not to put him in something to have him in there. And it brings the juice quite a bit down on Rodon, man.
Yeah.
Rodon, it's where nuance comes into play. I think a lot of times, guys, I do think it's important to look at past history against a team, but you got to think about what that guy was going through. Rodon was dealing with a serious injury. He was just coming back. Those last couple starts, he was facing the Reds. It was a couple years ago, and last year didn't quite have the feel yet for his slider. This is a different Rodon this season. We've seen that.
Okay.
So a lot of times people put too much stock in previous history. I'm more of a current form guy. I do believe in looking at history,
Sure.
but you're absolutely right. This Reds team, yeah, they're just 15th highest carried against lefties, but you just nailed it, Big Way. They have not faced any real elite lefties. They're about to get it tonight. Great American Ballpark. Ballpark does scare me, but man, oh man, when you get a guy that's got a median K number of 7.5, and we only got to get 6, plus the books are projecting 18 outs there. We just need him to get one an inning. Sign me up, man. I'm with you on that one. I like that quite a bit, and you nailed it. The his road record is impeccable.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots to like about Mr. Rodon today. I'm glad you played that one. Makes me feel better about me playing it earlier. Let's cash him, man. You got a bonus bet for anybody today, or are we just rolling with our top four?
Thought I could either get one out, or I don't know if you have one, or maybe we can just roll with a 4 day. I don't know. You gave out quite. You actually gave out more picks than me right now, which is usually the other way around.
Never happens, right? Never happens. Yeah, we'll give up. Let's see what else we want to do.
I don't know because you're already on this parlay with me, so technically it's
Yeah, true, true. Do we want to give them another K prop under, or
no.
do we want to give them another parlay? Yeah, let's do the other parlay. I did Freddie Peralta 6Ks paired with Garrett Crochet 7Ks.
Okay, yeah, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, minus 115 at Fanatics. We'll do that one there.
Okay.
Yeah, Peralta's been kind of up and down this season. He does make me nervous. He really does. But he's been on a roll lately. He's hit 6 in 4 of his last 5 starts.
Sure.
Draws a terrific matchup here against the
Yep.
scuttle Pittsburgh team. I don't know if you saw any of that game last night, Big Wade. Chad Patrick looked like Cy freaking Young against
I
this
saw he had
Pirates.
9 strikeouts.
I mean, he was dealing. He cashed our half of the parlay yesterday. He cashed for us in the second inning. It was insane. Just mowing guys down. Call me crazy, but Peralta's still got stuff that's better than Chad Patrick. I mean, no offense to Chad Patrick. I think he's going to be good, but he's a rookie. Peralta, yeah, he's a bulldog. He loves throwing that fastball up in the zone. Pittsburgh has the ninth highest K rate this
Yep.
season against righties.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, just a lot to like here. Well, that's not Crochet's one of our guys. We don't normally like asking guys to get 7Ks in a parlay. You and I are both kind of against that. But Crochet's the exception to that rule, man. He has been on lights out, kind of like Rodon. He's been lights out on the road this year.
Yeah.
9 starts
Yep.
on the highway this year.
Yep.
He's hit 7 or more in 7 of them. Really good track record there. Former Tennessee Vol. we won't hold that against him as an Alabama fan. Angels struggled all year long against Southpaws, highest K rate in baseball against lefties. I just don't see how Crochet doesn't hit 7, 8, maybe even 9 today or tonight against LAA. Any thoughts on that parlay? I know you and I both think Peralta is risky, but we feel pretty good about Crochet. Does that pretty much sum it up here for the bonus play?
Yeah, I love Crochet. The Peralta, my hesitation is the head to head. He's landed on
There you
three. He's landed on 3 and 5 in 2 of his last
sure,
3 against them. And then if you look at
sure.
his just overall season, he just lands on 4 and 5 a lot, and his
Hmm.
average is 5.7. But the one thing I do like about it, which I'm fine playing it, I like it, is the fact that he did face them already this season and he got 3.
Hmm.
So that leads me to believe he's gonna flip this thing around this time and he's probably gonna have 6 or more. So
I hope so. We'll
and the
see.
fact that yeah, they've been striking out a little bit more recently against right-handed pitchers. They were there for a
Yeah.
while there. They were giving up like 3 to everybody, and they were really tough to K. We actually lost a couple K props to the Pirates, and that's kind of burned us more than it's burned you. You've been able to pick the right guys against Pittsburgh, where we've lost people like Yamamoto who should be able to get more strikeouts than that.
He
But
should, yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's one of those things, just random. I think it's a lot of randomness, not a noise in the numbers sometimes.
yeah,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
I hear you. Your Pirates is my White Sox. White Sox always seem to screw me. Pirates always seem to screw
I think
you.
I warn you about the White Sox most times, and you'll do it
You do,
anyways. I've
do
lost
it
enough with the
anyway.
White
Sometimes
Sox this
anyway.
time, and I'm like, I'm done. It's the White Sox at home, not on the road.
Yeah,
White Sox
yeah,
strike out on the
yeah.
road.
Good point.
I
Good
think
point.
we've lost like 3 or 4 now against them when they're at Chicago for whatever reason. Guys go there and they just ended up wanting to get 4 strikeouts when they should get 6. So I no rhyme or reason. Took Lugo to go there and get some outs, and I think maybe earned runs, and I think his outs pooped the bed for us as well. It's just the White Sox are not good, but they're tricky at home. I don't know.
Yeah, they show some fight
Not
there.
that they're good at home. They don't win the games. They're just
Yeah, but
hard on the starting pitchers.
yeah, yeah,
This is a
they
better way to
K a
put it.
ton. Like you said, you told me a few weeks ago, they rack up a lot of Ks against bullpens for some reason, which is really strange. But they put up some fight there against starters. If at home, that's a good caveat there. On the
That's
road,
the
I think you're right. You can still fade them on the road, especially if you got a pitcher you like. But yeah, at home, there's one that I actually put an asterisk by on my little handy spreadsheet here. So
you gotta at least be aware of it. I wish there I would. That's something I'm trying to figure out how to bring to the model as well. If anybody ever
sure.
wants to use the model, but trying to figure out how to just get a statistic of strikeouts versus starting pitcher, strikeout versus relief pitchers. Have that somewhere last 14, last 30 for the season, something like that. Um, I think that'll be valuable because I think not every most people probably don't care about that, but I think it tells more of a story than some people see sometimes. I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
why it would, but it just does. You've seen it. We've seen it in the data.
yeah,
You
yeah.
go to
There's those.
StatMuse and it's like White Sox
Yeah,
strike out 26% to right-handed pitchers, and then you go to StatMuse and you type in all the right-handed starting pitchers versus the White Sox in 2025, and all of a sudden you're seeing 4.44, 3.33,
yeah.
3.4. And then they
It's
go on the
just
road and they're like six,
yeah,
7, 5, 6,
yeah,
7. But at home, it's just I think the only pitcher that really had a good start against them at home was Hunter Brown. He had like 9. Everybody
yeah.
else has just not been good. So I don't know. But hey, sports fans, are you looking for free daily sports betting picks and the hottest promo codes for sports books in your state? Check out eatwatchbet.com, bettersinsider.com, and hellorookie.com, your ultimate one-stop shops for winning sports picks and unbeatable deals. Dive into daily articles packed with expert predictions and tips to help you make smarter bets. Plus, we've got links to exclusive promo codes for every major sports book in your state. Why miss out on free money? Don't wait. Visit eWatchBet.com, BettersInsider.com, and HelloRookie.com now and take your sports betting game to the next level.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Yeah, like I'd mentioned before, as far as promos, yeah, any of those free sites will get you where you need to go. You can sort by state. Right now, two best offers. It's actually a tie between DraftKings and Bet365. They're both throwing out Bet5, get 150 in bonus bets, and that offers good win or lose. You don't have to win that bet; you're instantly loaded up there with comes out to what, six $25 bonus bets. A little disappointing. It was bet five, get 300, but now the NBA finals have ended. They've adjusted that offer, but still a really good offer. So, y'all, if you want to bet some baseball, you want to bet some UFC or some weight golf, maybe sign up if you hadn't already at either of those books. Highly recommend both of them. A lot of different prop options on both those books. Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And let's do a quick rundown, man. So you gave out the Royals under 9, Logan Allen under 3.5 strikeouts. I gave out Luis Severino under 2.5 earned runs. And then I gave out a strikeout parlay of Tariq Skubal to get 6 strikeouts with Carlos Rodon to get 6 strikeouts. So, oh,
I get
bonus play as well. We gave out Crochet to get 7 strikeouts with Freddie Peralta to get 6 strikeouts on them vaunted Pirates tonight. So, I wish you all the best of luck tonight. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Good luck on your bets.
You know it. Let's go.